Hello everyone and welcome to the new video. Today I will be reviewing the game Potion Permit that I was kindly given a key for and had the pleasure of playing and trying it out for you all. In this video I will be going over some of the features in this game and the pros and cons that I have found along the way. But first, let me explain shortly what Potion Permit is. Potion Permit is a pixel art based game that surrounds the story of Moonbury, an island that is cut off from the capital due to devastating events that happened in the past. But due to the mayor's daughter falling ill, they have sought out the help of a chemist from the capital, and you, playing as the chemist, has to prove yourself to the community of Moonbury by treating patients, helping out villagers, by spending time foraging for ingredients, making potions designed in such a way that they are a fun little mini game within the main game, and all the while having your trusty sidekick helping you out. So, first things first, when you start a game, like many other games, you get to create and customize your character. They have given you quite some options to really make it your own, despite not being able to choose the outfit you have on. I do wish though there were maybe perhaps a little bit more options for hairstyles in the game and perhaps some more color options, although I do think there is a good balance between regular colors and unconventional colors. What I also think is a cute little feature is that you get to name your sidekick, a trusty dog that will follow you throughout the game to help you with finding people and much more. Something I also like is that the instructions in this game are very clear. The moment you have unlocked something, a screen will pop up explaining everything in further detail. But don't you worry, even if you forget all of this after you have read it, all of this can be found again in your journal, among many other things such like the tasks at hand, the people you have met, resources you have gathered, and much more. And Lord knows, I forget everything the minute it gets told to me, so I'm very happy about this feature. One of the things I found very easy is gathering resources. When you first start the game, you get 3 tools. Any of these tools can be used to kill the monsters in the meta range, and I am very glad to report there's only a handful of aggressive monsters which are easy to either avoid or kill when necessary. The meta range is the only area where you can use these tools, so when you're within the town you cannot use any of them except for your fishing rod. This is the only tool you can use within the town area. Now, speaking of fishing, I know there are games out there that make fishing exceptionally hard, unnecessarily hard, and I'm very happy to say that I found that the fishing in Potion Permit is really easy to do. There's areas of where you can fish, and these are marked out very clearly, and once you actually get to the fishing, I find it a lot like Animal Crossing, where you just throw the line in the water and wait for a fish to catch on to the bobber. There's plenty of small images on your screen when fishing to indicate when a fish has caught onto your line and when it's best to reel it in, or when temporarily let go of the line. And I also find that once a fish is caught onto your fishing line, it doesn't take that long to reel it in, which I'm really happy about because fishing is one of the least favorite things to do in any game, either farm sim or live sim. So I'm really happy that they didn't make it too difficult in this game. Now, I have to say one of the things that took me a little to figure out was though how to switch through multiple pages of resources when you're making a potion, because you can only use a certain resource twice while making a potion. Now, that's just something I didn't pay enough attention to myself, and not something that I necessarily need to see changed or looked at in the game. Once I figured out how to do the puzzles for the potions, I actually thought it was really fun to do. Now, another thing I kind of struggled with a little bit is that in the very beginning of the game, the days are a little bit slow with progressing. Not to misunderstand me, the days itself, the time doesn't really pass very fast. It's quite the opposite actually, that the days pass a little bit too slow with the amount of tasks you have in the beginning of the game. And that is due to you not having a good relationship with the rest of the villagers yet, simply because that's how the storyline is based. And because of that, I did have a few moments where I simply didn't have anything else to do anymore and decided to skip to the next day quite early in the day because certain things were time locked. Part of me understands this because the faster you are able to play through the main storyline, also the quicker you run out of things to do in the long run. But maybe there could be found a middle ground in this by either adding in some more mini games or maybe more to explore in the first few days of the game while not having a good relationship with the rest of the villagers yet. However, after you have successfully helped cure the mayor's daughter and the thumbs down is changed into a thumbs up, top left hand side of your screen, you will be able to do much more in the game. Once you get that first stamp of approval, more patients will come in to be treated, and it varies from patient to patient how many symptoms or problems you need to treat. On each patient there is always going to be a mini game to find out what the problem is and how to treat this. One of the other things that will be unlocked too is helping out villagers. For example, at the police station and the post office you can do daily part-time jobs to help them out, also in the form of mini games. These are made very clear and easy to navigate for you, and I'm glad they aren't that hard to do. Doesn't mean that I sometimes still ended up making a mistake here or there. But the only downside to this, I would say, is that you can only do one task per day per place, which could be more in my opinion. Now, I don't know if this improves the further you get into the game or not, because I've only played a few hours so far. Don't shoot me down on this if it actually does improve the further you get into the game. You do, however, unlock the ability to fulfill requests for villagers once you have a thumbs up that will be posted on the message board all across town and on the one that is in town hall that you can choose yourself from which ones you want to fulfill in exchange for rewards, which I think is a nice little added bonus. As for other features of the game, I think they made it also very easy to navigate. There's a little mini map at the top right hand side of your screen, and this also indicates places you need to be for the task that you're currently working on. As well as a little bar that states what you need to be doing or where you need to go at between which times. That is directly underneath your mini map. The only downside to this is when you haven't met certain people yet, and your dog is also unable to find particular people yet. It's sometimes a little bit difficult to pinpoint where exactly you need to be on the map to find a particular person, because people do tend to walk around the town, so it's sometimes a little bit difficult to find a particular person. I also think the stamina and health bar are very clear to see. Gathering resources luckily doesn't take too much up on your stamina bar, and there's plenty of resources to gather that you or your dog can eat up to fill your stamina, because your dog also needs to be eating from time to time. Now, although these don't really fill up your stamina bar up too well, especially for your character, there is plenty of places around town where you can buy food that also isn't that expensive, which is nice, and that do heal your stamina bar considerably well. Overall, I really enjoyed the hours that I have played Potion Pyramid so far, and Potion Pyramid has been a game I had my eye on for quite a while now. I have seen it in multiple places and I've heard multiple people talk about this game, and with everything mentioned in this video, I would definitely recommend this game to you if you are either a fan of cozy, Pixar based game, a live sim game that has a little bit of a flair for fantasy, little hints here and there that has to do with fantasy or creating potions. So if you think Potion Pyramid is a game for you and you've enjoyed watching this video on it, make sure to hit the like, subscribe and the notification bell, and see you on the next video. Bye bye.